X Hunter is back, which that's pretty good news, right? Peak is back. Uh, let's see. So 10th day, Tuesday. I already read this chapter. It's just we're gonna reread it before we read chapter 402. So yes, buckle up, guys. We got Kurapika. Hopefully, I wonder if we're gonna see Kurapika and them join the Dark Content. How long do you guys think the Succession War arc is going to take? Is Togashi gonna wrap it up? Is it gonna take years for the Succession War to stop? I mean, we have been on the boat for 10 days. We're gonna be on this boat for 2 months. So I wonder if there's gonna be like a time skip or anything. What do you guys think? Is there gonna be a time skip? So, Fifth Prince, Personal Guard, you're up next. Please come this way. Room 1014. So, this is the girl. Curious to see how a covert Nen user handles this. Will she feign reaction to Kurapika's attack or just come straight out with the truth? It would be great if she just accepted her fate and takes out Prince. Whoa. So you got this girl with Kurapika right here. I don't see the divination test. I don't need the divination test. I can already use Nen. That said, the snakes were not my doing. This'll act as both the proof and reasoning for why I'm here. So, Nen ability activated. This is my conditional manipulator ability, Moonlit Decree. Moonlit Decree. So she's a manipulator. Ability, Moonlit Decree. Moonlit Decree, guys. Let's see. I can bestow or limit the power of whoever signs the contract. It's binding. It's binding, but the target has to sign of their own free will. So what can she do? I can bestow or limit the power. I can bestow or limit the power of whoever signs the contract. It's binding, but the target has to sign of their own free will. So please listen carefully before deciding. You want me to sign a contract? What are the details? To ally with the fifth prince. Whoa, so she wants Kurapika to ally himself with the fifth prince. However, she's unaware that I'm a Nen user. This contract is only insurance, a means to facilitate my true goal. Well you've come well prepared. You've come well prepared, Nen user. And so we got Kurapika here. It's cool to see Kurapika again. We got him. Huh? We got him doing Kurapika things. Kurapika doing Kurapika things, guys. Lift. Oh, he's not using Nen. He pulled out a pew pew. I don't have time for half truths. So if I determine you're lying, dang, Kurapika, guys. I don't have time for half truths. Isn't that threat a waste of time? After all, a 22 caliber would be useless against an end user. Disclosing the whole truth is one of my ability's conditions, and would be sufficient for creating a simple contract between you and the prince. But my true goal requires that you be given even more power. Really? But my true goal requires that you be given even more power, which is why you must listen to my full explanation before signing. Wow. And what is this goal? What's wrong? What is this goal? I just nothing. I just don't know where to start. I guess I should explain the original plan. Okay. I am beyond Netero's biological daughter. So this was crazy, guys. I already read this chapter, but this panel was crazy. This is beyond Netero's biological daughter. Holy crap. And she's talking to Kurapika. Kurapika's like, huh? Bill is like, huh? The princess is like, huh? Go on. For the record, I'm not the only one. Many others like me exist. Over 30 years, beyond fraudulently facilitated marriages involving young high ranking Kaking soldiers. The soldiers raised the offspring of Beyond and his wives and enlisted them in the Royal Military School. I suspect this happened each time a new prince was born. His plan was for us to eventually become the prince's royal guards, having awakened our Nen at birth. So Beyond's Netero's bloodline is powerful. They awakened their Nen at birth. So these guys are probably monsters. We'd easily pass the military test as long as nothing out of the ordinary happened. I only understood my true origin when I noticed I had inherited certain traits from my adoptive father. I came to the conclusion that setting close to the future king must be Beyond's goal when I realized that all of his children ended up in similar positions. And this was the original plan? Yes, it's as if it hurt from my adoptive parents when they split the beam about my real father. We knew nothing of our true origins or our siblings. Even when I found out, I didn't grasp the importance of my heritage. I only thought of myself as a soldier with a unique past. That was until the succession war began. I moved into dorm rooms before I could develop such a relationship with my parents. Maybe because of that, I never doubted that these fanatical speeches about Beyond were just part of the government's brainwashing to reach a world unified under cocking. Only we aren't part of the standard MO. We are discarded pieces. So she's a discarded piece? I wonder if that's what Corollo is. I wonder if the discarded pieces get thrown into Meteor City. Could Corollo be part of Beyond? Could be related to Beyond Netero? I wouldn't be surprised. Or some of the Phantom Troop. She's a discarded piece. Discarded piece, guys. As I said, we had our Nen awakened at birth. It appears that if Nen is awoken, if in infancy, the infant will develop Ten and Zetsu rapidly in order to protect itself from the harsh fatigue. Thanks to that, I topped all the physical assessments of the academy with ease. However, this was only a side effect from my father's Nen attack. Nen attack, yes. My father placed a curse on us. Wow. It was my half sister, Mahaka, who caught on first despite graduating the second term of the academy, known for its harshness. She has passed over thank to second Prince Camila, who instead handpicked discriminated individuals to join the royal army. Mahaka noticed her parents started acting strangely after she was ruled out, so she started searching for answers. It was during her investigating that she found out about me, so I was already posted to Prince Camilla's squad. For parents that once harped on jealousy about Beyond's dream to unify the heavens, they're acting totally calm. Even now, I've dropped out from the royal guard. It was only after the seed urn ritual began that we understood why. We had a highly renounced Nan user inspect, and it seems we siblings were marked with seals. They're marked with seals. Each of us has been cursed with a temporary dark Nen that activates after death. Please use Gyo and take a look. Yo, this is wild. This is creepy. So this is a Nen ability. It's a curse that activates after this. So this means she's already died and she came back to life, kind of like Hisoka. The user claims that I'm an appetizing sacrifice. To put it simply, I was born to assassinate a target. With myself and Makaha included, there must be over 10 appetizing sacrifices. It's only natural to think there's must be even more unappetizing sacrifices as well. My guess is that Beyond prepared many pawns to counter any number of princes. Kurapika and Bill are like, whoa, yo, you're beyond Netero's daughter. Who? Sheesh, bro. She, she has the bloodline of Netero, which is pretty fucking wild. We were told that burning the surface or trying to remove the cursed parts would have no effect, and that it was the strongest curse they've ever seen. Wow. Beyond has covered us into mere envoys of his curse. We are living sacrifices. I can't ascertain the ability and whom all target, but I'm certain we've been possessed in order to curse that person to death. I wonder who that person is. Kurapika, if we take too long, these guys outside will start getting angsty. Still, we have to hear the whole story. Otherwise, we can't sign the contract with Prince Tuperia. With Makaha, Beyond didn't initiate any moves when she was released as a private guard, suggesting our targets aren't necessarily the princes we've been assigned to. In fact, being close to the princes, by extension becoming a soldier in the first place, may have been superfluous. We've had our very lives and dreams manipulated by the hands of our cunning father. Even though you don't know the target of the curse, you're sure it's a prince? Quite so. It's my hypothesis, but I firmly believe it. The numbers can't be a coincidence. There are over 10 appetizing sacrifices and 14 prisons. You can't be sure who will unalive who, but it's clearly that Beyond has a strong conviction to end the succession war. Him not informing us must mean either he's already holding the trigger or is waiting to meet the conditions that'll accumulate the required aura. I think it's the latter. Yeah, so he's Beyond Netero is currently in prison. He locked himself up, and the Zodiacs were like, all right, so he is currently waiting for the conditions that'll accumulate the required aura. I think it's the latter. Beyond currently has wormed his way into the core of Kaking, which in case it would simply be to gift the throne to the first prince immediately. To unalive through the curse requires the death of powerful sacrifices. To ensure Prince Benjamin remains in the war, he could inform him his via an encrypted code. The first prince is backed by the royal army, and he has the trump card of being able to give special orders. No, I don't think it's the first Prince Benjamin. We're talking about a cunning, cold-hearted, thorough man who has had ample time to prepare. It doesn't make sense to go to such lengths in order to support an easy target. So it's probably the fourth prince. No, you can't be serious. Exactly. I believe that one of the princes is Beyond's child. Damn. It's probably the fourth prince. The one that has Kurapika's eyes. Dang. So there's a prince. I believe that one of the princes is Beyond's child. It's probably Saraidnik, the twisted one. But wait, is that even possible? Queen Noito, what are the conditions for the prince to join the succession war? This is why the junior children can participate. I suppose that could include children not actually not actually fathered by the king, but surely not. Kurapika's like, yo. Kurapika, are you okay? You've been in there for quite some time. So long, everyone's getting worried. I'm perfectly fine. We're negotiating the terms of the treaty with Prince Tubepa. For transparency's sake, we will explain all the details soon. Please wait a little longer. There doesn't seem to be any signs of his aura. Any changes in his aura, but he must have realized she's a Nenu's right now. And not only that, but a mass murderer. Just what kind of conversation can they be having? Please continue. Prince Tupepa's contract will be a peace treaty with the 8th Queen Oito and the 14th Prince Wobo. It prohibits any attacks between the respective queens, princes, and their guards. Reviewing weekly the 5th Prince. Representation in the room 401 every Sunday at 9 a.m. If your party infringes the rules, then my ability will activate the penalty a week-long for the state of Zetsu. If your party infringes the rules, then my ability will activate. If your party infringes on the rules, then my ability will activate, enforcing the penalty a week-long for state of Zetsu. A prolonged state of Zetsu could be very dangerous. The wording is too ambiguous. Would cooperative uses of Nen, such as healing, also be considered attacks? If that was the case, then my ability itself would be considered one. As long as I don't do anything that directly causes harm or obstructs our objective, it won't activate. Plus, the 5th Prince would nullify the contracts one-sidedly, and I can't activate the ability myself either. This is what Chainsaw Man. Alright, let's see. Also, I'll also add, if you find Beyond Netero's child before the elimination of the Prince Tupa, or the competitors are reduced to 2 as additional amendments to the contract, still, on the off chance that none of the princes are applicable, then the criteria will be met at a boon applied. Of course, these amendments will be annihilated if Tupa refuses to sign, but if you continue the inquiry and meet the criteria, I promise to start a new private contract with you, bestowing the boon onto you. And that boon is the gift of using my ability a single time. Wow. So she's very generous. She's like, yo, you help me, I'll grant you a contract and gift you the gift of using my ability a single time. Yo. Not a bad deal. Depends on the target and requires very specific conditions. But if to be able to impose Zetsu without all of the risks of my Nen ability, yeah, the chain hasn't budged. She believes everything she's saying. But please, before signing, let me tell you what I really want. My real goal, my true desire. If it's confirmed, One of the princes is Beyond's child. I want to eliminate them with my own hands. Yo, her aura spiked. Why is she crying? I yeah. My father has shared his intentions with me. Even if my role was exactly the same as it is right now, my father shared his intentions with me. So she knows beyond Netero's plan? Even if my role was exactly the same as it is now, I would have never reached this resolve. Yo. So they got out. Kurapika and the lady got out. Still no changes in the Aurora, no signs of Nen battle. So they were really negotiating. But then why is she crying? What happened in there? No evidence of Long's attack. Maybe it's a long range ability that requires meeting multiple conditions in order to activate an unbeatable power. If so, could it have affected both Kurapika and Bill? But that wouldn't match the assassin's MO. So what happened? Did she persuade them to sign a contract just by crying? There are too many possibilities. These guys are impossible to read. Sorry for the wait. We've been discussing the potential treaty with Tupika. We're both open to the idea but haven't settled on the terms. I'm not buying it. This is just an act to maintain good relations with the third and fifth princes. We also agree on how much of the treaty's contents should be shared with everyone. You're up next, Tate 40. We should we would like to discuss the current issue in further detail. It seems the third prince will be allowed in on the details. Prince Woble's safety as for the long and awakened ceremony happened beyond closed doors. No point in cursing them in the conspiracy or trying to shut down the lectures. It just strengthened their ties. I'm thinking about it's time to swap the post. How about you? Something wrong? Hmm? No, it's nothing. But yeah, why was she crying? Why is she crying? Beyond Netero. Bomb. Bro looks like a bomb, bro. Got any other books? Nope. Read it again or write one yourself. Good idea. Got a pen and paper? I can't give you anything for safety purposes. You've got a beard and blood, right? Safety purposes? You know, if I wanted to, I could bash your skull in with this book right here. Roger Dodger, I'm quaking in my boots. Got it? And have you got any other requests? Feel free to say anything. Cool. You're an interesting fellow. There's somebody I want to speak to. Could you bring them here for me? 10th day, Tuesday. Wow, so that was chapter 101, 401. We're at 402. So this is the newest chapter of Hunter x Hunter. Should only the 3rd, 5th, and 14th princes remain, both possess processes will abandon the succession war. This doesn't surprise me coming from Wobble, but I did not expect from Tubepa. Has it officially been documented? One request from the 14th prince encourages Fusaka and Shato to stay here indefinitely. Kurapika has accepted a peace agreement as well as a mutual cooperation agreement. Correction. However, the condition is that when he visited your room, he is to be accompanied by both queen and prince. The third prince soldiers have also asked to join them in order to share information. That is fine. As a matter of fact, I find it more than well to spend the time with Wobble. Wobble, she must mean Kurapika. Have another coin. This is your second. If you get to a certain amount, it will consider handing you a request. Yes, sir, I'm grateful for being able to serve you. About the coin. If you always keep it on you, it will surely bring you good fortune. Surrender as a clause is one step forward, but is surrender something positive? Is this war? And What is to deal with this coin? I suppose something would happen after the 10th day, but perhaps it won't activate in my possession. Cyrenik didn't come to the banquet, which means an alliance with me isn't one of his priorities, and I can't waste time worrying about the guards Prince Benjamin assigned to me. I need to redirect their attention at Zhang Li somehow. At the next trading session, please highlight how close you are to Prince Zhang, laying in the presence of the first Prince guards. Is this supposed to be Togashi? What kind of toad Nen beast is this? Her Nen beast showed up just after signing the peace treaty. This isn't just a coincidence. It could mean a conditional type ability. So he's giving them a coin. What is this? One of the country's many mass murder tools. A failure was discovered so that it never developed, but it utilized correctly, it can be the perfect silent killer. Intentionally symptoms resemble gastroverts, and if the effect stage is taken, alert to follow the manual and put the target under quarantine. Unnecessary deaths can be kept low. The receptors are weak and won't last 30 seconds once exposed to air, but if a human inhales it during this period, it will spread across the entire body and cause multiple organ failures in half a day. It also speeds up decomposition of the target's body so that the rotten bacteria will conceal the cause of death in the autopsy. In a room with no ventilation, it has a 100% success rate in the hotspot. It fell into disguise because its potency falls off quickly, but it is perfect for this task. Bro's just into drugs. So, oh, it's in his shoe. Wow. With this, I will eliminate Harkingberg. How many seconds? 9.6. 7. Damn. Finally, under 10 seconds, eh? Still a ways to go. Let's try again 10 seconds from now. And he's multitasking. Again? I've been capable of Zetsu since birth, and still it took me a whole year of training to get to this level. They even call it the 10-second wall, and even then, 11th day Wednesday. Oh, it's already the 11th day. Half a year for me is a day for him. What a monster. Theta was right. Judging by his personality, this guy will only use politics or Nen to satisfy his own desires. I have to do something. No, that's excellent progress at this unprecedented speed. According to her, the ability activates when he enters Zetsu, which is increasingly rare, even among specialists. Wow. So he's like Kurapika and Corollo. My only theory is that when a Nanbi's consistently blessed with such an amount of aurora has it cut off through Zetsu, the ability activates, and the other. My only theory is that when the Nanbi's constantly blessed with such amount of aura has it cut off through Zetsu, the ability activates. On the other hand, Theta being manipulated by the attack she suffered is also a possibility. Despite it all, I still haven't even seen those things. Prince, it's about the hunter called Senritsu, huh? I'd be stupid to make a move without more information. It seems as if the Justice Bureau also has questions regarding her involvement and has decided to prolong her custody. Prince Benjamin seems to be of the same mind as he has allocated his own soldiers to stand guard. Don't let yourself get tricked by that giant numbskull and meet with this hunter. Get her on our side and find out what she's thinking. He's keeping up with Zetsu while running, playing, and talking. Only those who've trained for decades should be capable of such. No, even I can do it. Jeez, I feel insecure just watching him. Data, you're incredible. Says the girl. I saw it when she was changing. Seems like an insect sting. It definitely wasn't there when we try to escape. These seems like injections. Oh, it's the guy's thing, isn't it? The thing he had in his shoe. That's impossible. After trying to escape, she went back to her room and they brought her directly here. I know it's likely a Denmark. 11th day. Oh, it's the morning on the 11th day. Some NAN users have. So we're one eighth away from the freaking succession war ending. Some NEN users have to fulfill various conditions in order to use their abilities. She probably fell into a trap and accidentally the mark was made. Do you remember how weird she was acting yesterday? It's my magic. Before I could only use it once a day, but suddenly I can use it as much as I want. Wait, so a NEN user has tricked her into thinking she can use her ability as much as she wants? We've got to test her ability. I'm sure that two doors will appear. One of them will be the enemy's trap. We have to show her to convince her. Convince her, she'll leave it. But once she realizes it's an attack, what that could be fine. Judging by her actions, she could be addicted to something. So you're telling me it's like a drug? How awful. It's the only thing that comes to mind to explain such sudden change. At first I thought that one of the princes who requested a visit wanted to negotiate, but I was wrong. At this rate, her body and soul won't last much for the more than a few days. It must be an indiscriminate attack that affects anyone who falls for the trap. What can we do? We've got to stop the user, but finding them without a clue is the next to impossible. I have an idea. Others say she won't make it the next weekend. I'll assume that one of the 3 days. I don't know. So who's this? He looks like Nobunaga. The seventh prince, Luzurus. Yes, we must be using the mafia to smuggle drugs. Makes sense. He must be using the mafia to smuggle drugs. Makes sense. It wouldn't be strange for it to be his Nen beast, but the prince himself might not be aware of the attack, so that even if you're right, to get him to stop will be almost impossible. So we have to defeat him for his Nen beast. There's no time to lose. You guys are gonna defeat a prince? I get how you're feeling, but we need a plan. I have one. Chu Fuchu did a lot of those testings to see how far she can get with her power. I don't know if there's some type of barrier sealing off the ship, but she couldn't open a door to outside this place. That said, she managed to connect the door with a lifeboat room, which means what? That said, she managed to connect the door with a lifeboat room, which means she can go there whenever she wants. But there's still something we could never test. Whether another person can enter the tunnel exactly, but I think that shouldn't be an issue. The condition is for the door to be closed. Once Fortune goes in and for me to do it on the trip. When we were kids, others also played along with us, which means that until we ourselves uh, enter, others are free to use the door. I'd very much like for you to try it, Senritsu. Kacho will be needing more personnel, at least someone to take the Prince Losers to the lifeboat while I keep him unconscious with my flute. Ideally, he'd be on the board with the escape plan to go out without correction, but I don't think he's that much of an idiot. But we're going to need your abilities, and Ritsu. The next thing is for someone to poison or restrain him right there. No, it's much. No, it's much more advantageous to have it potentially have been an accidental death. I'll take him. Doing it during our investigation is the perfect ability. His private guards are surely to say they were hypnotized by your sound, but that won't be a problem if the test if we test them for drugs. They're sure to come are positive, so that we can blame it dulge on a drug indulgent hallucination. The natural narrative will be the prince suffering from an overdose, made plans to escape the ship during which he passed away from a certain heart attack. What do you think? I don't have time. I don't have any issues with the plan itself. It's just that there's one thing. Where will you connect the door to? Prince Ursu's room, isn't it? Which means Fugetsu should have the ability right there and there. I don't get it. I don't get it. Can you explain to me? For Fugetsu to activate her ability, she has to go to the place where she wants to use it, which is to say, to enter Prince Liz's private chamber. Okay. Okay. Comprendo. Here, algo al respecto. What the hell? Is this a different language? Hey, yo, this is Spanish. I can read Spanish, but I don't want to read it. Ahora entiendo eso. Okay, so they're speaking Spanish here? This is a Spanish translation, guys. No way. Yo, these are Spanish translations. Oh. What? Gracias por recibirme. What? They've been exorcised, just as I thought. They're low grade curses that possess the weak of heart and sick of body. It doesn't seem to be Forgetsu's own Nen beast, nor part of this plan. It's just from her despair at losing our sister. She won't last another 10 days like this. Yo, so she's looking out for her. And you want me to open it under surveillance now? Yes, that is satisfactory. Is there, if there is information related to the succession war, representing the Justice Bureau can act as witness. There doesn't seem to be anything of a political nature, just a standard letter. There shouldn't be any reason to show it to you. Should I read the Spanish one? Yo, this is a lot, though. Comprendo. Haré algo al respecto. Pensaré en una razón por la que me príncipe Fugetsu tenga que ver a los otros príncipes en personas y cómo estamos supervisando no tendrán que preocuparse porque entienden asesinarla. Otros príncipes no los solos lusaros. No es mejor aumente la santidad de alguien a los que puede ir. Me- será menos sospechoso y útil para futuras estrategias. Ahora entiendo, pero eso podría ser más conveniente. Bueno, ento- entonces, ¿qué tal este plan? No está nada mal. Ni les decimos que son cartas que contienen el testamento de la fallecida príncipe Cacho y garantizamos que no fueron manipuladas, despertará la curiosidad de los príncipes y es muy posible que las reciban. Por motivos de seguridad, no sería antinatural visitar sin avisar las habitaciones de cada príncipe, pero no estoy segura. Que me dejan entrar a una príncipe de menor rango y que les entregue la carta en persona. Especialmente el séptimo príncipe. Puede que haya muchas cosas que no quiere que un miembro de la oficina judicial vea. Bueno, dependerá de mis habilidades de negociación. En el peor de los casos, podremos lograr entrar forzando una inspección. Así que, por favor, díselo a la príncipe Fugetsu. Ya te había dicho lo que siento. Sí, quedó muy claro. Ahora sí, necesito. Así, necesito confirmar. Sí, quedó muy claro. Así, necesito confirmarlo. Si te involucras demasiado no podrás dar marchas atrás. Está bien poner todo en juego. Por supuesto que sí, pero no lo hago solo por mis sentimientos hacia ti. Creo que sería lo mejor que la príncipe Fugetsu ascendiera la trono y cambiara el sistema. Tener a su lado a príncipe Kacho servirá para que protegerla de la influencia de su madre. Really. No puedo escuchar el más mínimo cambio de el palpitar de su corazón. Ya te puedo determinar sus verdaderas intenciones. Tengo que estar preparada en caso resulte estar de parte del enemigo. No me uní al Departamento de Justicia para defender la ley de maneras obstinada. Fue para crear un mundo más amable de idea. A estas alturas ¿quién lo manipula? Una que cree que podemos ser de utilidad. Es necesario continuar con esta relación. Si necesito ensuciarme las manos para crear un mundo más amable, lo haré. Incluso si pierdo el derecho de vivir en ese mundo ideal por mis acciones, esta es mi voluntad para proteger a la príncipe Fugetsu. Okay, we got the soldiers here, we got Fugetsu. Nos gustaría solicitar una audiencia con el príncipe. ¿Cuál es el acento? Entregarle una carta de la que decima príncipe Cacho, el príncipe Benjamin en persona. La décimo príncipe falleció recientemente, pero en vida dejó una carta de mano dirigida a cada príncipe. Si muero, quiero que les entregues esta carta a cada príncipe en persona. Fue lo que inició. El Departamento de Justicia ha certificado que no hay peligro como explosivos o veneno así, pero pidió que permita entregar esta carta al primer príncipe con la con la debida supervisión. La tomaré la entrega del príncipe. Es posible que se sea una carta con una declaración formal acerca de la sección al todo. No quisiera invalidar yendo en contra de los últimos deseos de la príncipe fallecida. Me gustaría que confirme en el príncipe. Entiendo, déjalos pasar. Hay algo que me preocupa un poco. ¿Qué es? Ya lo veo. Qué terrible está en fase terminal. Gracias por recibirme, hermano. Puedo acercarme, por supuesto. They're they've they've been exercised, just as I thought. They're low grade curses that possess the weak of heart and sick of body. It doesn't seem to be Fugetsu's own Nen beast, nor part of the plan. It's just from her despair of losing our sister. She won't last another 10 days like this. And you want me to open it under surveillance now? Yes, that's satisfactory. Is if there is information related to the succession war, I representing the Justice Bureau can act as a witness. Hmm. There doesn't seem to be anything of political nature, just as a standard letter. There shouldn't be any reason to show it to you. That aside, have you found Musi yet? Not yet. Judging by the moment at which communications were frozen, we have searched the most critical places, but we still haven't found anything. We can still search all Prince headquarters by force if you wish. No, it would be a waste of time. You already know that the debate regarding which authority holds more power, the army or the royal family, would end up frozen in court. Despite it all, it isn't a matter of critical enough to the country for it to justify the use of special martial law. You're right, I'm so happy he's so susceptible to trick questions. I'm so happy he's susceptible to trick questions. There are several degrees of power commanded by the state so that one could get the court is based on the risks that the army's reputation is subjected to when someone incurs damage at the hands of someone affiliated with them. This time it would be perfect solution, but instead of that, he's talking about the countrywide dangers for enacting martial law. Alt is different. Solidifying the solidifying that Ugh. solidifying solidifying that should be considered the necessary. Prince Benjamin will abuse the power, I suppose, as a moment caused by me to bring focus on the letter's contents, but still I should be more careful even when striking up trivial conversations. It was right to choose the moment when Captain Balsimo was absent. It seems it was a good call for the princess to read the letters. So the princes are reading the letters. Truly, many thanks. Many face to face meeting face to face is a small price for if the Justice Bureau considers my room to be clean. We're the ones thankful for your cooperation. One of our principal duties during the succession war is to facilitate a fluid flow of communications between the princes. Really sorry about this, little sis. So it is. Thank you for your condolences. So I'm. Let's see. So their sister died, and she had a curse. There was a curse. Evil spirit even eating at her. Well, I'm surprised she was going out with a bang, eh? Fugetsu did she tell you anything about those letters? Do you think we all got the same letters? No. She went through saying a word. Well, the last thing she'd want is to involve her little sis in all this. It doesn't have anything to do with the secession war directly, but it would be better for one of the senior officers at the bureau to read this. I will confirm its letters. I will confirm its content, or rather, it was I who leaked it and made Prince Cacho write them, but it's all the same. It's a great opportunity to shake up the other prince's relations too. How are you thinking of doing that? The Bureau has secret information of each prince through our investigation. You could say it's little bombs we keep close to the chest in order to maintain peace and balance. And do they have destructive power? All right, let's take it into account. It does make sense for a young prince such as Kacha to know this essential information. Well, if the princes sniff out the leak source, they will become fanatic, I'm sure. Even if there are other people investigating the 11th prince, it'll protect her. I won't allow for the 11th prince to be returned to the dangerous residence until the succession war has concluded. I don't expect for Lizers to reveal this letter. Maybe he's a more suspicious and distrustful personage than predicted. I mean, that she even wrote, I don't care who takes the throne as long as it's not Prince Saridnik. Really? She wrote that. The princess that died, I don't care who takes the throne as long as it's not Prince Saridnik. So that's the fourth prince, guys. That's the prince that has Kurapika's eyes. That's the twisted guy. Really? So was he the one that unalived her? It's been a while since I read Hunter x Hunter, Greatness X Greatness. It could be a baseless negative rumor with the intention of creating something true, but I'm sure if you look under the closet enough, you could find some dust. Not that I'm one to talk to. Something doesn't seem right to me, even though it really was her dying message to toss bombs that lower other princess positions and her sister, not to protect her little sister, Kugetsu. Was the big sister Has the big sister lost her mind? The letters must be different for each prince. The letters must be different from each prince. Something like that. Let snake eat snake. Eat snake. Eat flour and cry to Benjamin to protect her dear little sister too. This could mean trouble. I'll have to keep watching the situation. It's not up to me to decide in black and white, and I don't want to do it. I'll let the Bureau believe I don't trust the letter. It's about balance. You can keep that letter. It went great. If you're feeling tired, we can say you're not doing well and leave the other princes be. No, I'm fine. I want to help at everything I can. Ooh, oh wow. So she was getting cursed. Look at all these evil spirits around her. And now they're gone. Prince Fugetsu, do you have a minute? I am Basho, friend of the colleague of Sen. Oh, this is Basho from the York New City. York New City. I am Basho, friend of and colleague of Senritsu. Oh, nice to meet you. What can I do for you? I may be unwanted help, but you have to, but you seem to have plenty of grief in your head. This is a good luck charm. Keep it. Thank you for being so kind. This should at least keep the lower grade curses away, but if she doesn't deal with what's wearing her out, not even a crumb will be left from her. This rest is on you. The rest is on you, said Noritsu. Including words from prayers. Oh, that's cool. By including words of prayer in the case of healing or purifying light in the haiku, the Nen can activate. By including seasonal words, this effect is augmented. Pure and innocent light along the icy road, shining so bright. Thank you. Wow. Shout out to Basho, guys. Shout out to Basho. We should think of segregates. We should think of strategies for if the culprit isn't Lucerus as soon as possible. Let's get to work as soon as the Fuchun wakes up. If we get them to transfer her to the medical room for treatment, we could get guards and members of the bureau to stand watch. It's the perfect excuse. Correcto. Basho's given us some more time, but we still haven't figured out the culprit. 11th day, Wednesday, 8:50. Thinking practically, I can use an ocarina. Thinking practically, I can use an ocarina. Don't worry, I won't change the fact I'm immobilized. I won't change the fact I'm immobilized while using the ability. If the tunnel is only 10 meters, then I'll be able to take him in on my own time. The loud the noise the loud noise earlier was directly above us, right? On tier 2, aside from the two princes, only Prince Harkenberg is there, right? Which means it must have been the work of his ability in this Nan Beast. But it's certain it was the ninth prince himself who collapsed the important parts. The part is whether that was intentional or a side effect. I want to know all related information possible and deliver him the letter immediately as soon as he wakes up. No problem. I've had someone very close to me keep track on him. We've been given the ninth prince all the information. Prince Benjamin's secret. Prince Saraidonit's evils, and even the true Prince Halkenberg's own birth. Besides the piece of information that will shake the succession war to its foundation, we believe Prince Harper can make the best use of this information. One more, Kurapika. Well, this damn succession war isn't over. The princess cannot abandon ship. We must come up with a plan that doesn't shed more royal blood. So, crazy chapter of Hunter x Hunter. Only Togashi can release Yap sessions like this and have me looking forward to the next one. For real. Yo. Hunter x Hunter is back, guys. We have Melody and Kurapika. You gotta love that duo. Anyways, I will see you guys next chapter.